Hey Hunters, Lord here, back with another Wild Hearts video on the channel. Today's video is going to cover an Endgame Maul set that is available before the final boss, but you have to have completed Chapter 4. After over 45 hours in-game, a ton of farming, and a decent amount of optimization, this is my current endgame build. I'm not going to say that this is the best or most optimal because there's still so much we could do with the weapon tree, but this hits for insane amounts of damage and is just very solid all around. Now, with me saying that this is an endgame build, this will require you to be pretty far along in the game. So if you're avoiding spoilers, just save this one to watch later when you get to the endgame. Now, this is going to be my first ever set video on Wild Hearts, so any feedback that you guys have will be appreciated. Feel free to drop that in the comments down below. With that said, let's go ahead and get straight into it. Starting off with the weapon, we're going to be using the Tempest Maul Blue Oni, as it has insane raw and the best hammer skill in the game, which is tunnel vision as an inherent skill. This makes your extension timing a little bit tighter, but in return, nets us a 30% damage boost when we do get the extension. Now this is absolutely insane, as our attack with this set skyrockets from over 1900 to nearly 2500 when this skill is active. It lasts for about 10 to 15 seconds, it's hard to say, after you get your last extension. So using your extension attacks, you'll always have this up, which is super crazy because our main damage loop is using our extension attacks. Basically, this skill is a near permanent 30% damage boost, which is why this is our weapon of choice. Now, weapon trees are crazy, and the route that you take to get to your weapon will determine the skills that you end up with. I built my weapon for crit, so I took the path that you're seeing in the background now and made sure to pick up crit skills, as well as the skill Desperation on the Amber Maul, which comes from Chapter 3 Sap Scourge. This gives us minus 15% defense, but a bonus 15% attack. I'll of course touch more on all the skills later, but I wanted to show you the tree I took to get all the skills that I currently have on the weapon. As far as the armor goes, I have 4 pieces of Ember Plume, which is the head, chest, arms, and legs, and then the Cobalt Lavaback waist. Now the head, chest, and waist are all upgraded on the Kimono path, because we have to do this in order to unlock some of the Kimono style skills in the armor and weapon. Now for the talisman, here are my 5. Now these are really just personal preference, however I would definitely recommend that if you get a sleep or poison chance talisman that you use it. The percentages seem really low, but I feel like they proc quite often, and sleep wake up hits are double damage, so as you saw in the opening clips, you can get some insane damage numbers off with your extension combo wake up. So now that we have our weapon, armor, and talismans, let's take a look at all the skills. First, we have Blade Debar from one of my talismans, which gives a 4% chance to not use Thread when conjuring Karakuri. We then have Tunnel Vision, which we already touched on, which gives us a bonus 30% damage after achieving Maul extension. Next is Savage plus 6, which gives us a bonus to attack. I do want to note that even though it says plus 6, I think it will actually give us more damage than that. I haven't had a chance to test the numbers, but when playing with Fumetto, he tried out Savage plus 1 and it showed a plus 5 to his attack in the equipment screen. So the numbers may vary and it's not 100%, but just know it's not just plus 6 attack, it's probably more. We then get health plus 5 from the Ember Plume legs. We have Crit Master on the weapon by taking our specific tree down, which is a plus 10% to our crit. Core Boost comes on the waist, which is plus 16% stamina, which is great because our extension attacks actually use up stamina. We also have Fatigue Recovery on the helmet, which is a 10% faster stamina recovery speed, again really great as dodging and extension attacks use up stamina. We then have plus 26% fire resistance, plus 33% freeze recovery, 1% poison chance by landing successive strikes. Now again, I talked about that a little bit in the talisman. I'm not entirely sure how it works, but I think it may be an additive bonus because I do get a poison proc or sleep proc almost every hunt. Pummel Bolster gives plus 3% to pummel damage, which almost all Mauls have. This will be shown in the top left of your weapon. Blue is for cutting, yellow is for pummel, and green is for pierce. We then have Strong Arm Spirit on the arms and legs, which gives us an extra plus 10% crit after activating Hunter's Arm. This is done by jumping onto the green points you open up on the monster and pulling out extra Karakuri thread. I then have a talisman that gives me health back when I land an attack off of a basic Karakuri, which is like your springs, boxes, helicopters, and your torches. I use springs usually to do a dash to the monster to get some HP back if I don't want to waste an entire heal on just a small amount of health. The weapon also comes with Sleight of Hand Fury, which gives us another plus 10% attack after conjuring any Karakuri. Again, it's super nice as you're going to be using Karakuri quite a lot when you get to the late game. I then have Rapid Rescue on a Talisman, which increases my revive speed. This has been insanely beneficial when playing in a party, but it's basically useless for solo play, so just like all the other talismans, that one's going to be up to you. I then have a plus 10% Sheath Speed, which plays in perfectly with Crit Draw, which gives you plus 5% crit for a time after unsheathing your weapon instead of just on your unsheathed attack, which is just great. I then have Element Boost skills, which are useless because I'm not using Element, but they're on my talismans, and so I can't really do anything about it. Now we're on to the skills that require us to be on the Kimono path. First, our weapon comes with Inversion Attack as its inherited skill, which gives plus 5% attack for a while after getting hit, which I love because I suck and get hit a lot. Next is Self-Control, which boosts stamina recovery by 30% when only a single life thread remains. Life threads are essentially your feints in this game, so when you only have one feint left, this skill really helps you to dodge more. We then have my absolute favorite skill in the game so far, which is Deaf Ears, which is basically earplugs. Monsters roar a ton, whether that's upon your first engagement with them, they roar when they change areas, sometimes they roar during the fight, and all roars will flinch you. But with this skill active, roars, instead of flinching you, basically become a free 5 to 10 second window for you to just deal insane damage. Now do note that Ripclaw and Dreadclaw roars cannot be stopped with Deaf Ears. Next we have Hawkeye, which is a plus 3% damage on weak spots. This equates to around plus 75 or more extra damage when we have all our other buffs active. Then we have Desperation from the weapon, chest, arms, and one of my talismans, which gives me a bonus 31% attack. Finally, we have Solar Protection from the head with 5% attack and defense bonus when hunting during the day. So that's the full set. Again, here's a look at the whole thing. With max buffs active, we have 2,472 total attack, 203 defense, 10% base crit before activating your other crit skills, and insanely high fire defense. So that's about all I have for this one, guys. If you did enjoy, be sure to hit that like button down below, as it's a totally free way to help support the channel. If you have any questions about the set or about Wild Hearts in general, you can drop them in the comments down below, and I'll be happy to answer them as best I can. If you're new here, new to Wild Hearts, or you find yourself coming back to my videos on the regular, do consider hitting that subscribe button for more content just like this. With all that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. I wish you all a good day and happy hunting.